What up YouTube, Sean here. I just accidentally hit the record button again. So it's almost 9:40. My GameStop that I go to opens up at 10 because I wasn't able to make the midnight launch of the Switch. And let's see, I got home at about 6, around 6:30 this morning, and I ain't been to bed yet. So I am tired. I think because I haven't showered since last night. And it's time to go pick up my Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to stop at Best Buy so I can pick up a few extra things there. So, without further ado, I'm going to put the camera away and I will pull you back out when I'm outside of GameStop. Yeah, you can barely see my face, but as you can see, I'm outside of the GameStop and there are actually people over on the other side I can see through the window. So, of course I didn't turn on my watch and it's probably not synced yet. So maybe I can do that really quick, but it's about 9:54, 9:56, yeah. So, just wait out here till they unlock the door. And, oh yeah. Let me see if I can show you the inside here. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Switch promotion going on. Okay, my watch is synced up. It's funny because last time I was this early, I was actually able to get in, so I guess that they were all actually open. But I guess not so this time. So, I guess I will pause the camera and I'll peek back when I've got the Switch or something. Okay, well, I'm now in my part of Aurora, and I'm at the Best Buy, and I did successfully pick up my Switch unit, though they had run out of the charging controller, so I'll have to go back at some point for that. So now, it's the Best Buy to pick up SD card and an external hard drive. Hello? So, let's just see if I can find what it is I'm looking for. Hello. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let's see. The SD card I'm looking for, I have it bookmarked, but let me see if I can actually find my bookmark. Oh. It's the first thing on here, so I am looking for SanDisk. And if the picture is anything to go by, it is a black card. Oops. 128 gig is the size that I'm looking for, so I will look for the 128 gigs, which I oddly enough am not seeing. So, let's see here. Uh-oh. I think I found this empty spot. Give me a second. What up, y'all? Sean here. It is about 7 o'clock at night on Switch launch day. I have to go to work in 3 hours, but excuse me, but I want to get this stuff unboxed. So you've probably seen this all in like the leaked photos and stuff. Simple sides and bottom and top. Oh yeah, that was, I just remembered something that I sort of wanted to compare this to, if I still have it. There it is. So, one of the things that I had heard people comparing this console to, or at least size-wise, is the Nintendo 3DS box. So I've got my 3DS XL box for my Solo Lucario 3DS, and so it's not a whole lot bigger than that in truth. So anyway, there it is. And wow, that red Joy-Con is actually very much in the neon red spectrum. Oh, they're a bit heavier than I expected, actually. Huh. And so, for comparison wise, so it just about fits right inside of my hand. That's actually like essentially a perfect. That's essentially a perfect fit for me. Granted, I'm gonna have to get used to having each controller in one hand, but over time, you know. So the switching in itself, and this actually feels straight up like a tablet. It's actually got a lot of decent meat to it. Wow. And just checking out the sides here, and there's the bottom with the USB-C. There's the top with the power button, volume rockers, and headphone jack, and the cartridge port. And here's the back with the kickstand. And you can't see it, but that is where the microSD card goes, which I did pick up an extra one of those. So the cardboard insert. And so let's start from the left side. So a standard HDMI cable, very nice of Nintendo to include one of those. The power brick for the Switch. With looks like decent cable length, and the USB-C connector. And so just a two-prong AC plug with no ground on it. Let's see here, this is I wonder if these have like individual sides. So, okay, yeah, it's got the plus and minus there as well, so you can definitely not. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So it's got plus minus on each different side. So I guess that these are then universal. It just basically changes depending on which one you use it on. So this is This is the standard controller grip. Here, I'm going to go ahead and slide these on in here. I think I would have to agree it feels just a little bit small in this configuration, but I think I may be in the minority as far as that goes, because a lot of the other people that I've like seen or watched have, I would assume now at this point, have some slightly bigger hands than me. Okay, and so now that I just did that, that is how the switches, how the Joy-Cons release from whatever grip they have. There's a little button on the back here. The manual and stuff. And then here is the dock. It's got a little bit of decent weight to it, not as much as I would expect for something that is a dock that you'll probably be using 50 or 75% of the time, depending on your usage case with the Switch. So there's a look at it, and let's see if I can get some light on the inside of there, but no, I don't think I can. But there is the USB-C plug for, oh yeah, you can see it. There's the plug there on the connector portion of the dock. Two USBs, I guess it would be Type A connectors at this point. Okay, then there's another one looks to be USB 3. I'm just guessing because it's the blue PCB. The AC adapter with the USB C Type C connector on it, then the HDMI out. So, okay, interesting. So I think that this back door is actually a little bit magnetic or otherwise spring-loaded because it's very much willing to jump back into place. So, go ahead and get the switch powered on. Let's see how hard this button is to hit. And it's actually fairly easy to switch on. So it is time to connect the Joy-Cons. So there's 1 and 2. Okay, so it's doing its little fun intro here. English. I'm the Americans. And of course I accept the agreement. Wow, this is very thin, but it's also quite wide, I would have to say. Here. Oh, come on. So, getting it to connect to the network. Oh yeah, and that is the other thing that was pointed out plenty in like earlier reviews, is this connects via Wi-Fi only. There's no hardline for it like there was with Wii U. Denver time zone. We'll connect to the TV later. Detach Joy-Cons from the console. So it is now telling me to use the left one to select next. So this is definitely a little bit to get used to. Okay, so the screen I just passed was the option to connect more users. Oh, you cannot see that at all, can you? Oh well. So I will configure parental controls later. Setup is complete. Now I press the home button in order to get to the main screen. And we're at the main screen where there's honestly not much yet to do. So interesting. So I'm not sure if it's a permanent feature, but when connecting the Joy-Cons, you can hear the little snap sound effect that Nintendo used during their release conference. So I'm going to pause the camera, start getting this all set up, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I've got the docking station for the Switch hooked up. So I've got plugged in power, and it's going into my HDMI switch. So now I just have to figure out if my HDMI switcher is on the right input. Okay. Now that was probably a lot easier than normally would be. Okay. So I'm going to see if there's a software update for it, because, you know, it's a new console. Okay, well, okay. Internet. Settings. System update. Yes, download. Now it does all that stuff over Wi-Fi, obviously, so it's probably going to take at least a little bit, I would imagine. Oh yeah, here. Restart in 3 seconds, okay. So something that I did notice was that there's what I'm guessing is green sync lights on the Joy-Cons. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and attach one of these. Okay. Oh well. Well, yeah, that makes it a lot easier to manage. So slide the second one on here. Okay, so now there is a little lock tab on there. So now let me see how easy it is to remove these. Oh Lord. Oh yeah, that. Ooh, yeah, that is a little bit. That is just a little difficult to get off. Yeah, so I am pressing the release. Here, hold up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the switch. Sure, go into sleep mode. So, pressing the release button. Okay, so it does take a little bit to take off, but I'm guessing because this is still a new controller, so it's not quite worn in yet. But so okay, so I press the button on the right Joy-Con, and that woke up the switch, and now both of them are synced. Then I press the home for the home menu. Okay, then, so now I'm going to go ahead and unbox the gray Joy-Cons. Okay, so the Joy-Cons are are really just shoved in there. So they are, so the lanyard connectors are individually wrapped, as are the left and right Joy-Cons. So, I have to say, I definitely like the neon Joy-Cons better than the standard ones. I'm very glad I went with this version of the console. Oh yeah, before I forget, I am dying to see what the cartridges for the Switch look like. So yeah, you're probably not wondering if you've seen the leaks and stuff, but this is basically a, oh wow. But the case basically is just a Sony Via case, game case, I think. So oh wow, yeah, that is very much Nintendo Special Sauce proprietary. That is not a standard SD card by any stretch of the imagination. But so, seeing as how we're here, so I'm going to open up that. Okay. So it just slides on in. Well, okay, well, that's been a not so short unboxing with slide setup and overview of the Nintendo Switch. So I will see you guys later.
After all, I gave you something special. Don't you think it's ironic you're the first boy I've ever kissed? 'Cause I'll be your last!